Signs of yet another power struggle between supporters of Ashok Gehlot, the Chief Minister, and Sachin Pilot, who aspires to be Chief Minister in Rajasthan, on a day when there were reports earlier on which suggested that there would be a fairly smooth proceeding at an important meet of the Congress party scheduled this evening. It appears now that there are many who are opposed to Sachin Pilot taking over potentially as Chief Minister in the event that Ashok Gehlot goes ahead and announces that he wants to run for the post of Congress President, something that he's widely expected to do. What has now taken place is that MLAs loyal to Ashok Gehlot have met at the residence of Shanti Dhariwal. Mr. Dhariwal is a very close associate of Ashok Gehlot, and they passed a resolution in which they've said that the person who should be Chief Minister is somebody who supported and saved the government in the 2020 rebellion. Remember, in the 2020 rebellion, Sachin Pilot, with a group of, I believe, 19 supporters or 19 leaders, had gone to the Congress leadership in Delhi and had said that, look, I have the numbers and that the bulk of the Congress in the state is loyal to me, so please replace Ashok Gehlot with me as the Chief Minister. Ultimately, that did result in a patch-up between the Gehlot camp and the Pilot camp, but it's always been an uneasy equation. That uneasy equation remains even now, and in the last couple of days, Sachin Pilot has made it clear that, look, if Mr. Gehlot is running for the post of Congress President, then as per the norms of the party, which are one person, one post, if he vacates that post, then others need to be given the opportunity, and he believes he is that person. But it does appear that those who are loyal to Ashok Gehlot would now perhaps try and get another name or another person into that particular post. So it's bad news for the Congress party, which is in the midst of a real crisis. Srinivasan Jain and Harsha Kumari Singh both joining us. Vasu, let me come to you first. It's the latest, isn't it, in Rajasthan? There's no end to the power struggle between Gehlot and Pilot and their respective supporters. This morning when we were chatting, we thought it would happen quite smoothly, but here we are, and I suspect it's going to be a long evening.
That's right, Vishnu. We'll have to see now how it plays out. This is an indication once again of how the Congress always struggles to keep its house in order and how they struggle to effect these leadership transitions. As per the script, what was expected to happen was that at 7 o'clock, all the MLAs gathered at Mr. Gehlot's residence, which is where the Congress Legislative Party meeting is to be held. There was expectedly to be a one-line resolution where the MLAs essentially authorized the Congress President, the current Congress President, to take a call on who will be the next head of the Congress Legislative Party leader. This was expected to come after Mr. Gehlot addresses the MLAs, which, according to sources in the Congress High Command, he was going to brief them on his future plans, how he's now going to stand for the post of president, and essentially how he would still keep one eye on Rajasthan. He will not neglect or ignore Rajasthan. So in a sense, allaying some of the anxieties that his supporters have been voicing. This is broadly how the script was supposed to have played out. Now, just being in touch with some of the Congress sources here in Delhi, including via our correspondent, our reporter Arvind Gunasekar, it appears that the Congress is still hoping that things will go according to script once the CLP meeting actually begins and once Mr. Gehlot begins to speak. Because remember, their perception is that Gehlot is hosting this meeting in his house and he needs to show to the Congress leadership that his house is in order. So their expectation is once he begins his speech, once he starts to speak to them, some of these rumblings should die out and the transition should take place smoothly. As we've been reporting, the indication from the High Command is that they would like the baton of power to be transferred to Sachin Pilot, and that is expected to happen once Mr. Gehlot steps down as Chief Minister, which he should do in the next day or two before he files his nomination for the post of President. Now, of course, we know that this is Indian politics and scripts can always go off track, and we'll have to see how it plays out. But at the moment, it does appear that Mr. Gehlot is trying to engineer a kind of last-minute pushback. Whether this dies out, whether this is just a blip or it snowballs into something, is something we'll have to wait and see.
Let's go across now to NDTV's Harsha Kumari Singh. Harsha, I was talking a little while back with Srinivasan Jain on how this power struggle is playing out, and Ashok Gehlot's supporters have sort of gathered numbers. What about the Sachin camp? What are you hearing?
Well, Vishnu, the big breaking news that I have as of now is that CLP meeting actually may not happen. So I'm here outside Shanti Dhariwal's residence. We have 56 MLAs and ministers inside, and they're showing no signs of coming out. Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot is not at his residence. He's in fact meeting Kharge right now. And apparently now this seems to be a face-off between Ashok Gehlot supporters and the High Command in one sense, because they don't seem to be in a mood to pass that one-line resolution, leaving everything to Mrs. Gandhi. So are we actually facing a full-fledged, U-turn, a complete U-turn in this? I really can't say, but it seems to me, and we are hearing from sources that CLP actually may not happen, and Ashok Gehlot has gone into a huddle with Kharge. He's gone, in fact, to Marriott to meet him where he is apparently staying, Mr. Kharge. So nobody is at the Chief Minister's residence, and that CLP meeting, which was supposed to happen at 7, has not even got started. And you have 56 MLAs and ministers inside this bungalow where all the action is, Vishnu.